Buonasera.
Benvenuti tutti.
Good evening.
Welcome, everyone.
We are Girl Scouts of the Green and White Mountains and here to make a special sauce called
Pesto.
pesto.
So, magnifico sapori di pesto, which means the magnificent flavors of pesto.
And what does pesto actually mean?
It means, I've lost my pencil.
Don't worry about it.
It means that that you beat, grind, or make into a paste. So that's exactly what we're going to do. It takes about 2 minutes, but we've got some other dishes that we're gonna put together for you. So we're gonna start, open up now. This here is retro. It's been with me for about 55 years. It still works. So 2 packed cups of basil. Okay, so we start with that, and we put those 2 cups of basil into the food processor. And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of walnuts, pine nuts, almonds, whatever nuts you like, you can use. I like walnuts. We're using walnuts. Besides, pine nuts are very expensive. So my husband doesn't know the difference. So the walnuts go in. And then we're going to use 3 cloves of garlic. Those go in. And we are going to
slow down.
give this a little. And then you just let it all mix together. Looking good. Now,
So what are you looking for?
I am looking for it to get ground up like a paste, which it is. I want to show you what that looks like. So this is what it looks like before I add the olive oil and the cheese. So here we go back into the.
Can you make pesto without nuts?
You can, yes. Now you put whatever you want in. Pesto is, you can make it with spinach, you can make it with arugula. It's a little bitter with arugula, but the basil for me is the right thing. So now I'm going to add a 1/4.
I have one more quick question.
Yes.
If you don't have a food processor, can you use a blender?
Well, yes, you could use a blender, but remembering that a blender needs liquid to process. You could use a bullet, or you could use an immersion blender. That would work. But if you're going to be using your blender, you may try by putting the olive oil in there first, because you got to have some moisture in order to make your blender work.
Perfect.
Okay, so we need a 1/4 cup of olive oil in here. You should be drizzling this in here. I see, actually, I'm telling you wrong. We need a 1/2 cup of olive oil. And this is, did you want to talk about olive oil?
Oh. I'm back.
Dee Dee's back there. She's going to tell you about olive oil and the
Olive
choices that we
I
have.
love my olive oil. So it's very important that you buy a quality olive oil. And when you're buying your olive oil, that you look for, it's already stored in a dark glass container. And on the back, there's a harvest date. Now, I'm going to come around and show you a harvest date. Can you see it? If there isn't a harvest date, pass it. Look for one that has a harvest date, because that's very important, and making sure that you have an authentic olive oil. If it comes in a different kind of glass container or plastic container and it's not dark, then get yourself a dark container to put it in. Make sure you keep it away from the stove, the heat, because that way you preserve it a little bit longer. I would not recommend buying a giant bottle of olive oil like some people do because you really love it, if you're not going to use that giant container within 3 months, because that's really about the shelf life of olive oil. And then it starts to lose its potency. To test a good olive oil, put it in a little cup or a spoon, take a little tiny sip, swish it around, and then suck in. And if it burns at the back of the throat, it's a good olive oil.
So we're going to use this here. This is a cooking olive oil. We have finishing olive oils. This one came from Italy. If Marco is, my son Marco brought it from Italy. So that's a finishing oil. And the one that Dee Dee showed you earlier is also a finishing oil. So we're gonna do a half a cup.
Question while you're pouring. Does like virgin or extra virgin, regular, does that matter?
I think extra virgin is very good. And if I watch what I'm doing here and don't spill over. Now I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to drizzle this in a little at a time, which is kind of hard to do with this thing.
How old is that food processor?
My food processor is retro. It's about 55 years old. And we are now going to add cheese. Now, the cheese the recipe calls for 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup. We like the cheese and we make lots of formaggio. So, in it goes the cheese.
And what type of cheese are we using again?
We are using Parmigiano. Is it Parmigiano or Romano? Is the one that you want to use, okay? This is Parmigiano Reggiano. Okay, so now we're going to do this again. Very little bit, just to mix it up. And let's see.
Can we see?
So,
Can we see?
you can see. There's a little bit up in here, but you know what? We don't care. It's nice.
It's nice.
So I'll put this over here.
Is
I'm
it
going to
done?
take this. Yes, it's done.
It's done.
It's ready. It's ready. Now, you can salt and pepper if you like. Some people, they don't like salt and pepper, but I do. So I do. And then, let's see. So I usually keep it in a glass container in the refrigerator. It'll keep you probably up to 3 weeks. Or you can, if you want to, you can actually freeze it in these little ice cube trays, or if you have something else that you use, just put some in each one. It takes about 2 tablespoons. And after you've frozen them, then you pop them out and put them in a plastic bag. Then you use pesto whenever you want it. And there's many uses for pesto.
How long will pesto last in the refrigerator?
In the refrigerator, about 2 to 3 weeks. But if you take care of it, it might change color a little bit, but it's still good. Sometimes when you put it in the refrigerator, you want to put a little olive oil on top so that it keeps it nice and moist. But I suppose I shouldn't be scraping everything. It's just my habit not to leave a lick. So I'm going to get this out of the way. Pardon me for 1 minute.
And there
Okay,
it is.
and here it is your pesto. So that was quick, huh? Now, here's the question. We made the pesto, now what are we gonna do with it? Do I gotta eat it like it is? No, it's no good that way. Okay, so we're gonna make Dee Dee's a favorite. She likes chicken. It's a salad with a chicken pesto with, let's see what's it got in it. It's got cherry tomatoes, peaches, and feta cheese. So we're gonna make some of that right now. I don't think Dee Dee put the recipe on the website, but if you want that recipe, she will post it. So here we go. So first thing we need is some chicken. Pollo. And we're going to take and we're going to salt and pepper. So sale, pepper.
Is it in Norwegian or
No,
Italian?
sale. Many languages going on. But sale, pepper. Okay, a little olive oil in the pan. Turn it on. And we're going to cook this for maybe 5-10 minutes until the chicken is cooked. We have some already done over here. So I'm going to heat this up. Judy and I prepared this earlier, so it didn't take up your time. We will use that later. Don't worry, you're not going to throw it away. So here is the chicken. Now we're going to wait for the chicken to get a little bit warm.
Nice and browning.
And it's browning, yeah. And then we're going to add about 1/4 cup of pesto. Depends upon how much chicken you have, how much you want to put in there. So in this case, we're going to do 1/4 cup. And I'm going to get another spoon. No double dipping. My husband will tell you that. So this is what 1/4 cup looks like. You see how much you got left there. So you're going to have to store some of it. So I'm going to wait till it starts to sizzle just a little bit. Maybe I could turn it up so it goes faster. I'll sing a little song now while we wait.
Okay.
Gioia luna mezza mare, mamma mia mi maridare. Figlia mia puzzandare, mamma mia benzacce du. And I hear it. It's a sizzle.
It's sizzle. It's a sizzle.
It's a sizzle, yeah. So my kids know that whenever I'm making Italian food, I break out into Italian. So, but my sister tells me I don't have as much Italian as I thought I had. But it's okay. I was raised Italian, so.
But it's okay.
But it's okay.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose it?
We did.
Oh, no. Tell Kristen.
No. We're still there.
Okay. So we didn't lose it.
No.
All right. Oh, I can smell
Your
it.
sister was trying to call.
Oh, this chicken smells delicious. And it's going to become pesto chicken very quickly. I'm going to put it down on low just to get this all mixed together. There's enough oil in there to smear it around good. Get the chicken coated.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a smell. Mamma mia. Bellissimo. Okay. There she is. All right. She looks good. She looks good. She smells good. Okay. So now
I'm going to come around.
Okay.
I'm going to come.
She's coming. So now we're going to plate it. The way we plate it is we take some spinach or whatever greens you want. We like spinach, so spinach it is. And then we're going to put some peaches. And these are the ingredients. Peaches. Grab these peaches here. Oops, all chopped up. Good peaches. Sweet. Feta cheese. I always taste before I feed my family. I don't want them to have bad stuff. And cherry tomatoes. We got a dozen or so cherry tomatoes. Now all of this, including the rest of the spinach, is enough for a good sized bowl. But we're just going to make one plate and we're going to feed to Papa later. So, how much chicken can we have? I'd say about 1/4. So I'm going to put the chicken on there. He's going to like this. So we have chicken. And how much? Maybe 1/4 of the peaches. And some cherry tomatoes. And we're going to put some feta. I like the feta. Just very nice.
Okay, hold that up. It looks so good.
Okay, so there you are. This is what this looks like. The dressing. You can put whatever dressing you want. In this case, we have balsamic vinegar, good olive oil, some Dijon mustard. Shake it up, give it a squirt. And we're going to just put a little bit on there to make it very nice. Okay, so there is what you did with the first bit of pesto. Something delicious. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a linguine di pesto. My favorite. You never want to be without the pasta. So I'm going to cook just a little bit of this. It takes 2 minutes. to cook this. What are you going to do for 2 minutes? So somebody ask a question. We do something. Okay, so I'm going to ask you.
No questions?
So in she goes. 2 minutes when it starts to boil again. This is fresh pasta. The fresh pasta cooks very quickly because it's not been dried out. It will make the world of difference in your food when you taste it. Pardon my bad. Okay.
Did Judy make the pasta?
Did you make the pasta?
I did not. Can I? Yes. Did I? No. But let me tell you, it's really, really good.
It's only an hour cooking show.
I know. Yeah, we would have to really get going now. So this should be done in relatively short time. I'll set the timer for 2 minutes.
Any other questions?
Put the lid on.
Have another song?
What's your philosophy about salting the water when you're cooking the pasta?
Do you salt your water
I
when you...
do. I forgot to tell you that. Yes, I do. And I already did salt that.
She prepped her water before the show started.
Yeah, I didn't figure that was important, but yes. And how much do you want to put in there? Sheesh, what did I do with my salt? There it is. Okay. So you want to put in a good amount because there's a little bit more than a skosh. Because that's the only chance you have to really salt and pepper your pasta. This will get into the pasta while it's cooking. So, and also I usually give it a drip of olive oil. My sister will tell you no, because then the sauce doesn't stick, but we're doing pesto.
And we're just confirming with fresh pasta, it really only takes 2 minutes to cook it.
Yes, it's quick. There might be another one out there, maybe if you've had a ravioli or something, might take a little bit longer.
3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes. It's really quick. It's really good. So while this is happening, I'm going to cook this chicken because I don't want the chicken to just stand out there and be.
How about another song?
Oh, this is looking good here. We got half a minute left. I wish you could taste and smell what we're smelling. Really good. Really good. And then
Comments about people being hungry and that it looks delicious.
Everybody's hungry, so while
Everybody's
we're
hungry.
waiting.
I'm going to make another little thing. It's kind of a bruschetta. It's just a baguette or a piece of Italian bread or whatever you want. You put a little pesto on there. Okay. Believe it or not, our pasta is done. Give me 1 second.
Very good.
People also saying they wish they could taste it. So maybe next year, hopefully when we can do Farnsworth Weekend in person, maybe we can make this a live cooking show.
Okay, so let me show you here. This
Show you?
beautiful.
Beautiful. You want me
See
to
that?
come see? Ah, che bravo.
Yeah, that's enough for Papa. So now, because we have oil in the pesto, we don't need butter in there, but you could put butter if you wanted to. First time I had pesto, it came to me looking like this. And I had never seen, I said,
Hold that up.
where is that sauce going to go? Where is this sauce going to go? That's all was on there. But you watch. You mix this up. Need a fork. I got a little baby spoon here. It was the most delicious thing I ever tasted. And it was barely any pesto in the thing at all. It was just a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit more. That wasn't quite enough. I guess I had more pasta than needed, or maybe not as much oil. I'm not sure. Okay, there she is. Look at that, huh? Now, we don't want a messy dish here. I'm gonna fix this up. There she is. You don't need a lot of pesto because it's strong. Pesto has very, very strong basil flavor. So just for prettiness, we will
And
put
garlic.
and garlic, yeah. So I don't know if Poppy's gonna eat too much, but we're gonna give it to him like this. And we're gonna make it pretty with a little bit of parsley. Here with a little tomato. This is Italian parsley
From your garden.
from my garden. And we're gonna put some cheese. Oh, okay. Since my husband's getting it, it's okay to stick my fingers in. Okay. So now we have linguine alla pesto.
And shrimp.
And, oh, I forgot the shrimp. Mamma mia. What is wrong with me? Here we have some shrimp. You can put shrimp, you can put chicken, you can put anything you want. I'm going to put a little bit of this shrimp. Get it open. What happens when you're nervous? You forget something. So I'm nervous because I haven't spoken in front of people and I've never been in the movies. So in a long time, let's just say that. When I quit work, I quit talking to people. I've been playing COVID for a while. So I think we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 7 shrimp. You've got to have some, you've got to have uneven numbers. So I'm going to leave the tails on them. And I'm going to leave them, let's see, I can't put them in here, but I can put them in here. Unexpected. So, improvise. Get the flavor of the pesto. So I'm going to put them into the, where we had the chicken. These are fully cooked shrimp. And I'm just going to put them in here to warm them up a little. So you can put chicken, you can put shrimp, you can put scallops, you can put bacon, ham, whatever, or just the way it is. We like it that way. So, and then let your guests take the tails off. So I'm going to stir them around a little bit until they get warm. And they get warm very quickly. I can hear them sizzling a little bit. You hear them? Probably not. But I can. And my favorite tool here to get some of this good pesto onto my shrimp. Thank gosh, Judy is here.
Stay right there. I'm going to come around.
Okay. So they are warm and sizzling in the pan. I scooped up the stuff from the chicken and the pesto just to give them a little extra flavor. And then we'll let our people who are going to eat your food, we're going to let them decide if they want salt and pepper on them. Wow. Yum. Okay, now this is,
Let me come.
okay. And you have to learn to improvise.
So we have salad, pasta.
And now I'm going to start the broiler. Because we say, you know, I make it the pesto. What are you going to do with that?
Could you have added more pesto in the pan while you were warming up the shrimp?
I did not. I used,
But could you have?
you could have, absolutely. If you like a lot of pesto, go right ahead. If you want more garlic, add more garlic at that time. And a little bit of olive oil or maybe butter.
Okay.
Whatever. Now, we are going to do something like a bruschetta here. I'm going to take the back end of this so it doesn't roll over. We'll eat it later, don't worry. We'll dip it in our wine. So, and we're just going to take a little bit of pesto on each one of these. You know, when you have pesto, you want to use it, you know. This is a night, you might not want to do all of the pesto stuff at one time. Maybe you do, I don't know. But you want to spread this out on here. Now, I'm going to put a drizzle with the finishing. This
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
This one's open. What is this?
Nice.
Just going to put a little drizzle. Like this. Oh, Papa thinks it's time for supper. Here he comes. Okay. So now we have that pesto on here. And I want to put some more cheese. I told you we like the cheese. I don't need this cheese anymore because that's in the salad. A little cheese. Again, Parmigiano, Romano, Asiago, whatever you like. And then you put a little tomato on there. Oh, she's very nice.
This is how I like my pizza.
Yeah. So you put a little tomato on there. You put whatever you like. You can put onions, whatever.
Artichoke.
Artichokes. We can put artichokes on there. We are, I got the broiler going. It's just going to take a very short time just to warm it up and get the cheese starting to melt. That's all we're going to do here. So what are we going to do when we wait?
Sing.
Let's see. So, what do we got left?
You left the oven open?
I leave the oven open so it doesn't steam. When you broil, you should never close your oven because it steams. It doesn't actually broil. It bakes or steams your food. So we leave it open and let that pop. I gotta wash my hands. Excuse me.
So now we just need the address for where we should all be showing up for dinner tonight.
Always have such a mess, but you know, all these things that we wanted you to see and portion, you know, usually I just work right out of the refrigerator. So, but while we wait for this pesto, we do a little cleanup so we can have a better picture of what we've done. And again, we're going to recap what we did. Olive oil. So we started to make a pesto. The pesto with olive oil, basil, garlic, cheese, and walnuts. Could be pine nuts, whatever you like. We put that into the processor. We processed it for a couple of minutes, if that. And then voila, pesto is done. Then we made chicken. We fried the chicken. We put some pesto that we just made into that chicken, stirred that around a little bit, and then we made a salad with some greens, some peaches, some feta, some tomatoes. Yum.
Yeah.
And if you want salty peppy, that's up to you. You put that on there. Then we made a fettuccine. And the fettuccine we made this time with shrimp, but you just boil your fettuccine. This is, excuse me, I said fettuccine. It's linguine.
Linguine.
And linguine is the skinny one, huh? The fettuccine is wider. So then we added some pesto to that. And then we did some shrimp. We took the shrimp right into the chicken pan. Stirred it around. There was enough pesto in there. But again, someone mentioned, can you add more? Absolutely. If you want more, add whatever you like. If you want more garlic, if you want more salt and pepper, if you want more oil, put it all in there. It's all what you like. Then you put it onto your salad or your pasta, I'm sorry. And then there you have it. We decorated a little bit. That's up to you too. Don't always decorate for the husband, but once in a while.
Yes,
So,
she does.
Now we're looking at our burnt.
No, it's not burnt.
It's not burnt. I had to do something here. So
It's toasted.
it's toasted. So now, I guess I should have a bowl for this, or a plate. Let's get some.
Get in a plate. Okay.
Now you know what my kitchen looks like, huh? Everything's spread apart. Oh, yum. And there's
And
your
there you
meal.
have it.
A salad. And have you noticed everything's red, white, and green? Viva Italia! And so we thank you for coming
wait.
and learning to make
Wait.
pesto. One important thing we need to do is to feed the papa.
If you the papa.
But first, salud.
Salud. Ooh. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
I
Okay.
can eat papa.
I'm gonna put this on the table, call it a papa.
That was great. Thank you for all the tips.
Wait, oh, sure.
I come in.
I can't believe in a half an hour you made pesto and like 5 dishes. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. You won't eat this one, but you won't fix it. So this is a papa, and he's gonna have his pesto, his supper, cena. And Judy and I are going to say to him, buon appetito, salud. Good night. Grazie per coming. Come. I'll go into the Italian here. But thank you for coming. Grazie mille for coming. It was our pleasure tonight. Happy eating.
Thank you.
Thank you.